interceptions weren't so great. I get it, especially the one at the end. The first one that he threw was more of a timing throw, I think, where he was trying to hit Jennings on a timing type route. It looked like Jennings may have gotten bumped or held where they might have been able to call a holding or a PI, but it wasn't called for whatever reason, But I mean, I didn't sit there and dissect the play, but the second time around, yeah, sure, Purdy definitely got picked up. It's square. It's just what it is. What it was, I was excited at one point in the game when Ayuk was getting the ball and making some plays and Kittle, but it just sucked to see that defense never get off the field in proper time. And every time I thought they'd make a play, they didn't. And I don't know that at least that's my take on it, man.
I got a question for both of y'all. So halftime, we all see what happened, right? The big play everybody talking about. We thought it was an interception, but once it wasn't an interception, how dare you, Wilkes, right? He caught the heat. I get it. You know what I'm saying? We get the ball coming out of halftime, right? Second play, we're looking at the top. The clock, tick, 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 tick. Got to call timeout. Next play, incomplete. We punt the ball. I'm looking like, wait a minute, man. We've been in this locker room for 10, 15 minutes. We come out of here and don't have plays ready to go out there and be executed, and then we end up punting the ball, giving the ball right back to the Vikings. I had an issue with that, you know what I mean? Because then we go back and we score, I believe, and then we end up kicking another field goal. But my thing is, they had 5 possessions, and they scored on all 5. All right. Our defense ain't kicking. You know what I'm saying? They're not in their bag. Offense, pick up the freaking, pick it up. We actually score 35 points. We actually score 40. We're not even asking you to score 24 points. Just go do something. Look, go just pinch him.
Yeah. I mean, it was nice when Purdy connected to CMC on that nice little was a screen pass on a wheel route. Not sure what type of exact pass it was. So when I saw that, I got a little excited. We all got excited. It was nice. But we were expecting to see more of that, and we didn't. And you just reminded me when you said near interception. I was like, when near interception, what's he talking about? Yeah, it was that fluky ass touchdown, that gigantic, huge play where we thought we were going to stop the Vikings before the half and call it a day, and those assholes literally scored a gigantic touchdown on us right before the half. It looked like we picked it off with Ward, and he let Addison just scoop it up out of his hands. It was a payback, was what it was, and he just made the best out of it, and we had to suffer from it. Let me say what's up to 49er dude. 49er dude is a good buddy of mine. He's a 49er hip hop performer. He did the theme song for my channel. Really appreciate it. Says, damn, bro, what happened? I was at work. I looked at the score, and I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah, a lot of us are saying that right now. I'm trying not to cuss, but it's one of those days and one of those games where you end up cussing. And Chris Davis is here. Watch it on Twins channel right now. Since Twins joined, we're doing a simulcast. Says, what's up, Twin? And let's see what a couple other people are saying really, really quick. Baritz said, at Twin Empire, maybe some scripted plays to start the second half as we start games will be beneficial. The defense did tighten up in the second half, though, especially with the tackling. What do you think?
The Niners are known for being physical. So, again, when you establish the run, as you mentioned, and you wanted me to answer the question too, Twin Empire. If they would have come out and established the run in the second half, it would have made a world of a difference in the game. Again, as I mentioned, Kyle gets away from that. And it seems like he starts trying to throw different things in there, different looks, and it throws Purdy off. Like, there's points where Purdy never looks worried as a player. He always looks like he's ready for anything that comes his way. He started looking a little bit worried. Mm-hmm. And it's because it's like Jimmy in the Super Bowl. You couldn't win a Super Bowl by just relying on Jimmy. You have to have that run game established, and then Jimmy feeds off of that. That's the type of offense that Kyle Shanahan has created, and it's a incredible, genius offense. You could bully like they did the first 5 games. They bullied everybody. You should have bullied the Browns, and you should have bullied the Vikings. From here on out, I hope they bring back that bully ball style of play and never look back, because that's what teams can't handle. No team can handle when you can run 150 yards a game plus throw 200 plus yards a game. You have 2 touchdowns running, 2 touchdowns or 3 touchdowns passing. Teams are afraid of that. They don't even know how to handle it. But Kyle, it's like one thing goes wrong, and it's like he has to start over from scratch and try something new.
Mm-hmm.
And I love Kyle Shanahan. I'm happy he's our coach. But I wish that if there was one adjustment he would make, I wish he would just go, okay, what works? This has worked before. What's the winning formula that got me here? I've been in 3 NFC championships. 1, I went to the Super Bowl. I didn't take that one home. But what got me there? Okay, let me stick to that script. And then with Wilks, I would have to say he should have played the pass. That was my only thing I said. I don't know if you heard me before I got on. Play the pass. They have no run game in Minnesota. Stop the pass. That's all you got to do. Kirk Cousins, again, he gets overzealous all the time, throws picks. You stop the pass, we'd be having a different conversation right now. You know what I mean?
For sure. I'll say this too, like even with our running game, now this is I think the 3rd week in a row, maybe 4th. Christian McCaffrey is averaging under like 3.5 yards per carry.
Yeah.
You gotta be realistic with it. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the issue. You know what I mean? Any valuable number 1 running back in the National Football League, minimum 4 yards per carry. Minimum.
Yep.
If you're getting 4 yards per carry, they looking at you like, ugh, that was the lowest of a starting running back last year. And that was Najee Harris last year. He was the league low starting running back that was averaging 4.0 yards per carry. He was the low last year. And so for us to be having a mentality or the identity of being a run first team or a physical team, to me, as Cal has to get out his own head, similar to what you were saying, my guy, is like, dude, you got to be more diversified even in your running game. I know people say, well, he doesn't allow these other guys to get in and run the ball or spell CMC because they don't know the playbook properly as far as getting out and running the same running routes. I mean, the pass catching routes that he runs. Well, God damn it, listen here. Don't run them plays. Run the doggone plays that they ran efficiently and well in practice or during the offseason, bro. Like, you have to adjust. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
We know that Mason is a power back. We know that Elijah Mitchell is one of those backs that he has to get multiple carries to kind of get a feel. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I'm a hooper as well. Big up to basketball season. It's like a shooter coming in and shoot one shot, then go get on the bench because he missed. Like, no, bro, he ain't even got no lather or nothing. He ain't got a free throw in. And I'm like, Kyle, you have enough.
That was a perfect analogy, bro. That's a perfect analogy.
Yeah, it was
a perfect analogy for Kyle.
I'm just saying, like, bro, you got enough guys out there, and then they turn to Jonathan Kuminga, which is this. They're timid now because they missed the first shot. You on the bench, and you don't get another opportunity.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we don't, and again, CMC, as good as he is, running the ball against a team like that where things just went clicking, they call it a what, guys? A change of what? A change of pace back. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And there's nothing wrong with that. So I just thought we got away from there. I didn't think we utilized Brandon Ayuk. He was catching the balls early in the first half. And again, it's the low-hanging fruit for me right now is the defense. But I'm under the mindset of, again, I thought we were shifting towards this offense being, as many people were saying, this is the best offense since 1994, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what that was the narrative I was hearing. Best offense since 1994. We finally got a quarterback that was on par to Steve Young.
And we finally had an offense that can match up with the defense, is what people were saying.
That's what people were saying.
I'm not sure if were you here when I was bringing up trading the picks? Were you here for that part?
No.
Okay, let me ask you this because we're talking about like how CMC's a little banged up and he was having an MVP type year, but people are keying up on him and they're smashing him around, and we didn't want to see him lost for the playoffs or anything like that. And I just brought this up, like, you know, it's like there. I bet a lot of people were asking like, oh, why isn't this rookie playing? Why isn't that rookie playing? I'm like, well, so and so is on the practice squad, or so and so never gets activated, and it's the truth. It's like Kyle. If Kyle's drafting players, we're drafting players, and we're not playing them in games, why are we drafting them? Let's trade these picks for known commodities. You know, who was it? The Eagles got themselves Kevin Byard from the Titans, and my friend was like, "Oh, it looks like the Titans have a fire sale." I was like, "Okay, well, what about Derrick Henry? Hey, you know, wouldn't that be a nice little change of pace for the 49ers to try to get? That's a proven commodity right there." I mean, I don't know if you're for something like that. What do you think in terms of us making moves?
Here. this is the time frame when you look at your other opponent. Again, I like to study the other. Unfortunately, I got a brother who a Dallas Cowboy fan, which is horrible.
His brother's very known, but his brother has a huge following, by the way.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm watching these other teams, them and the Eagles. Like, I'm not just in our little echo chamber looking at the 49ers. I'm looking at these other guys because I got to see where are their strengths and where are their weaknesses. And these teams are bringing in guys who are not only physical, but then also very smart and intelligent, like a Bayard. You know what I'm saying? So when we sitting over here and looking at these teams getting better, we got to look at our own backyard and say, okay, then if we do need to get a Henry, if you don't trust a Mason, you don't trust Elijah Mitchell, because to me, it's apparent that you don't, because there's no way you can have a guy like Elijah Mitchell run for almost 1,000 yards his rookie year and almost took us to the freaking Super Bowl to all of a sudden you don't even trust him to go out there and get 5 snaps.
Yeah, exactly.
So to me, I'm outside looking in. That just shows, okay, there's something that's not there. If my starting MVP candidate with an oblique strain has to get 45 snaps in a row, well, listen here, I might do have to go get somebody else. I might need to find someone else, because if you don't trust them, Kyle, you go run this guy CMC into the dirt, and we don't need that. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that's a successful option for us. Plan, yeah. You know.
Yeah.
Let me say what's up to some people that got here a little late. We got Rod J, who's watching on Twin Empire's channel. He popped in there, but we're doing a little last minute live stream on both channels. And so if you're not on the Twin channel, you can hit him up on my description box of this video and give him a like and subscribe for his channel, and vice versa on the 49er Minded channel. Rod J's here though. Shout out to you, bro. We got Tej Beats, is a new person who I've never seen before. Welcome to the channel. Says trade for O-line or cornerback. I don't know if other teams are willing to give up linemen, man. It almost seems like the linemen are the last people that get traded.
Yeah, they're hard to get.
I don't know. And I know Surtain is not going to happen, because apparently there's been a report out that we inquired about Patrick Surtain to the Denver Broncos the same day we made the Randy Gregory trade, and they almost laughed at us for it. So I don't know who else you have in mind. What's that?
They weren't horrible. And also, Patrick Surtain got 8 for 70 yards. So if we keep the same energy we keep for our cornerbacks over here, that you can't catch a ball on one of them without being sorry and trash. Hey, Surtain got some he got some L's on his record too far as getting torched out there. So I'm just saying, before you trade for a guy like that, you got to realize that he does get beat sometimes.
And who was it? Eric Crocker was saying, former NFL quarterback, was saying that there are no more shutdown corners anymore, and that might be true. We got G-Rod is here. He says it's Wilkes partly to blame. A lot of people they're also throwing the blame around towards Wilkes.
I think you got to blame the whole coaching staff. You got to look at all sides.
We got Dan.
Because Kyle didn't make adjustments, so Kyle has to make adjustments on offense, just like Wilkes has to make adjustments on defense.
Shout out to my good friend Dan Castillo. Says, "What's up, gentlemen? Great to see you on the stream." Yeah, I mean, it's an all-around team loss. The coach, I definitely thought we got out-coached. I mentioned that before. I'll mention it again.
Yeah.
And I was mentioning when I was reading the box score of Ayuk's production, 5 catches, I believe, for around 57 yards. In my mind, it felt like most of it was in the first half. Seems like maybe I wasn't wrong, because Barrett says Ayuk disappeared in the second half. I know they tried to incorporate Kittle more, but Jennings took a lot of the second half catches. He had himself a decent game. Number 11, I have to rewatch and see if they were taking Ayuk out of plays. Yeah, it would have been nicer if he stepped up in the second half. It would have been nice, but
did you know that Jennings had more targets than almost anybody? He had 9 targets. He had more targets than Kittle and BA.
That's crazy.
And Jennings stepped up, though. He stepped up in Debo's absence. He looked good.
He did. I would have, towards the end of the game, I would have rather him throw the ball to Ayuk. Him and Purdy and Ayuk have a great connection. Whenever they meet, as far as him catching the ball, it's just there's always magic that happens out of it. When he stopped throwing to Ayuk, it changed the rhythm of the game as well. So again, I wish I can get inside Kyle Shanahan's head sometimes. Just gotta figure it out. Because again, like we talked about the Warriors a little bit. Like, what's the Warriors winning formula? They got great 3-point shooters. They have pretty good defense as well. They won 4 championships from that. They've been in the finals like 6 or 7 times. That formula works for them, and it's going to continue to work until it doesn't work anymore. If you're establishing the run and the play action, just stick with it no matter what. Let the make the adjustments on defense too, because there's no reason why they only got 2 punts in that game. You have to get punts on third downs. You have to stop the passing game. They have no
only
touchdowns.
Once. Minnesota only punted once.
They don't have any rushing touchdowns on the season. You don't have to worry about the run. Just worry about the pass. But in 1994, that Niners team started off a little shaky too. And then they figured it out and they made the adjustments to the rest of the year and they won the Super Bowl. Maybe this is one of those moments. I think
17 game seasons, longer than it was back then too. So
17 and not as physical.
For both of y'all, and I'm of the belief of this too. It's similar like when you go to the basketball and go to the rack in hoops and you get a foul. Like, you know what I mean? Minnesota went and took shots. Even when their wide receiver couldn't even get the ball, just going down there created the referee to get in a position where he has to call a penalty. I don't think we do it. Like, we don't do that nearly enough, for my opinion. Send Brandon, are you gonna go? Let him go and say, hey man, I'm gonna toss it out there. I'm gonna let you go out there and make the referee make a decision. Whether it's Debo, Ray McLeod, or whoever. I think we have to use the modern football. Because we seen last night against the Eagles that happened. We seen this in every game throughout the year, that when teams throw that ball up, they're going to gauge towards the offensive player and give them the doggone opportunity. Cal, it's okay to sometimes to let your position player be the one to go and get off. Meaning that, hey man, I might scrap a play and I see the mismatch, and I may go back to back plays because I see my guys kind of getting lathered. And I'm from the South. I'm country. I'm even changing my tone of voice right now. I'm country. When we say feed the baby. As long as I'm crying, give me the bottle, give me the rock, let me until I find out I can't get stopped. You see what I'm saying? BA was cooking. Nobody was stopping him. Why am I not getting the pill? Give me the pill. Look, I'm playing A, playing B, and I'll drive you to the doggone clinic and be playing C if I got to be. But dude, give me the ball. Let me eat on BA. You know what I'm saying? Brandon, you can't hear. And so, I mean, not Brandon, Debo Samuel's not there. So I just be wondering sometimes, why don't we kind of incorporate that into the offense? Not saying that has to be our identity, but we need to have more versatility when things isn't always going our way.
I agree.
Figure that out.
And we have to. And I think too, like even when Debo comes back, in my opinion, every running back should be running. You should have Debo. Obviously, I know he's a receiver, but we use him as a running back. CMC, Elijah, number 24. I forget his name sometimes. But each guy should be giving snaps. You should give, maybe give Elijah, like you said, 5 snaps. Sherman, I think is the other guy, right?
JP Mason. I mean,
Jordan Mason.
Sorry,
Mason.
Mason. I forget his name sometimes.
Not Richard Sherman.
But no, I'm thinking of Sherman, the other guy that's on. I think he's on another team now because he looks like him. But and he runs like him too. But Mason, you give Mason like 2 snaps, 3 snaps a game. Just run, and then imagine the play action that comes out of that, because people are going to be like, okay, we got to stop the run. Oh. Then Brock Purdy's throwing downfield and it's a touchdown, and then we have the receiving core, like you said, Brandon Ayuk, the best receiver on our team. You get to do the ball like Debo too. He could take a 20-yard pass and go 90. You know what I mean? And that was nowhere to be found today. It seemed like it was there and then it just went away. And I feel like
he almost broke one. Did y'all see that? I thought he almost broke one one time, right?
He
Who
did.
are you?
Yeah, BA. He caught a deep one.
Okay.
Yeah.
It would be nice if we try to go downfield a couple more times with him. And Jennings, for example, did make some nice plays. And there was a few where it was like, okay, if it was Debo or Ayuk that caught that, it's probably taking that for about 15 or 10 more extra yards. Because we all know that Jennings is a nice player, but he's not fast. He's not
slow.
Gonna shake it. He's not going to shake anybody. He can kind of make somebody miss, but he's not going to take it for extra yards. Let me. Dan got a quick question. Oh, hang on. Let me see what's up to Sentinel really quick. Sentinel says we need secondary help really bad. That was pathetic. Good friend of mine was in the chat right here. Fired up 49ers. What up, Kenny? Says didn't get to watch the game tonight. Well, maybe that's a good thing. I was a tough watch. I was not an easy watch. We're here grieving about the loss, and we got the Bengals playing coming up. It's going to be in Levi Stadium, by the way. It's not on the road. It's a home game.
Oh, I thought it was on the road.
Yeah,
okay.
I thought that too. Dan Castillo does have a question for you, Twin. Really quick, if you're not subscribed to Twin's channel, hit up the description box of this video, and you can hit like and subscribe on his channel. He's actually streaming live the same time simultaneously as well. If you want to follow Steve on his Instagram, you can hit up Steve's Instagram on here too, and just hit a like and subscribe on my channel if you haven't done so already. But Dan has a question for you, Twin. Says, so what if we lose the same way to the Bengals? What are your thoughts, bro? Ooh.
Talking about just so my question to you, Dan, is it I have a different definition when people talk about cornerbacks in the secondary giving up like a lot of yards. When I think of a secondary giving up a lot of yards, I'm thinking 30+ points. I'm thinking like multiple touchdowns. Like it's hard for us to even be in a 2-score game. So if we lose again like this, I'm gonna be a little. I gotta see what Brock is looking like, because right now, if he has another game like this, it's not that I'm in panic mode, but I do believe we have to take a deep breath and say, okay, what is happening right now? Is it just the teams are really starting to get a handle on us, or he just in a little funk? You know what I mean? They'll be the only thing, because if it's a long season, we can afford lose a couple games. But if we lose like this again next week, I need to see, what is Nick Bosa? Are we going to make him accountable? Because I know we're making Wilkes accountable, but last time I checked, Bosa getting paid probably more than the whole defense right now.
You're right.
Are we going to say, hey, Nick, are you going to actually go out there and touch the mother sucker? You know what I'm saying? Kirk Cousins
Him and
like Jake Gyllenhaal on Bubble Boy. Like, bro was fresh. You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't touch him. He clean as I don't know what, man. Like,
and what about Armstead? Because real talk, I believe Shaw Show said this earlier, and I've said it he said it on another channel, but I've said this before. Like, going into the season, I thought that with the addition of Hargrave, since we already got Bosa, that like Armstead is gonna earn his paycheck. You know, he gets paid a whole lot of money, and I thought Armstead was gonna step up and get to the quarterback a bit more, but we haven't even seen that.
And that makes it bad on our secondary, because I play cornerback, man. And whenever that quarterback got enough time to go out there and really allow a wide receiver to get 3.5 seconds, it's hard to cover these guys, man. You already at a disadvantage, and we got somebody who is as accurate as Kirk Cousins is to be so comfortable where you know where he's going to be, and you can't get the pressure to move him off of his spot. I'm like, bro, that's an issue for us. We have to get him, because if we do touch him once or two times, that's what my guy was saying earlier. Steve was like, he'll give you one. But if you ain't never give him the chance to kind of feel a little like scared, a little sporadic in the pocket, he did what he did to us, and which makes our secondary even more exposed. You know what I'm saying? And so, that's my opinion on if we lose next week. Yeah, man, we need to have a come to Jesus moment. You know what I'm saying? Look, cool.
God forbid. And we got some people talking some shit in the chat. Let me throw up what they're saying really quick before that. We got Sentinel Football Channel. Check out his YouTube channel, because we need secondary help bad. We got some people sitting on your channel there, Twin. We got this guy, if I'm saying the name, Choctaw, Montana, says, damn, why is it looking like y'all Super Bowl was Dallas? Damn, that sounds like
Hey man, listen, I'm a Niner fan. As long as we beat the brakes off y'all every year, bro, listen here, I'll take that too.
Okay, yes, Willie T, we got a bunch of people talking. She says, how about them Cowboys? And says then we got Creative Reflection, said y'all peaked at week 5. It sounds like a lot of all these y'all, sounds like a lot of Cowboy fans up in here. Man, they're just waiting for us to lose. Fans. Oh yeah, he lives in Dallas. Steve lives in Dallas.
Oh man, my brother lives in Dallas too, man. So hey, go holler at Law Nation if you ever get an opportunity, man.
Okay.
Yeah, your brother's cool though. Your brother's a good,
he's cool
dude.
People, man. I'll be in Dallas in December, man. Just so you know, unfortunately, I'm going to the Dallas versus the Eagles game as a family situation, though, man. But if you gonna be in town that weekend, man, let your boy know.
I will for sure. Just make sure you follow me and we'll chat.
Yeah, he's on Instagram. I put his Instagram in the chat. You guys can all follow Steve and follow Twin. In the description box of this video will lead you to their social media. Rebel95 says the Twin Maker. So he's showing you some love. Warowski says, y'all still lost to the Niners again and again. You got that right.
Yep.
And we got in a row. Man, these guys are coming out of the woodwork, man. Antoine 804 says, guess Cowboys was so physical, can't win y'all Super Bowl with a lot of y'all's here within 2 weeks, and sound like Philly and Washington beating us. Okay, there you go.
I think next week.
I like the back and forth.
Yeah, Cowboy fans talk a lot of trash. That's the one thing. I mean, they could say, "Oh, you guys haven't won a Super Bowl since 1994." Like, okay, but we've been to two. You guys haven't been to a Super Bowl since 1996. So you got or 1995, 96. You guys really can't say anything, Cowboy fans. I grew up in a household of my mom was a Cowboy fan. I was a Niner
Oh,
fan my
okay. I
whole
didn't know
life.
that.
Yeah, my mom is a straight Cowboy fan. When I was in Cali, man. So I was always a Niner fan. And the Cowboy fan, when the Cowboys were in their bag, I give them credit in the 90s. You guys were it. But right now, it's the Niners' turn. You know what I mean? And so I'll add to this. I'll add to that by saying this. I think the Niners will beat, I think they'll beat the Bengals next week. I think the Niners will beat the Bengals next week.
We're getting a lot of Purdy hate. This guy's saying Purdy. I don't know where he's going with that name, looking like a #1 drafted quarterback.
Tom Brady struggled. Tom Brady struggled at times too.
Saying Purdy's the next Tom Brady or whatever. I mean, the defense couldn't get off the field, man. I mean, I know Purdy got picked off the end.
Purdy didn't really play a bad game. He played okay.
All right.
He played okay. He stopped going to his guy. He has a better connection with Brendan Ayuk. Yes, he has a connection with Juwan too, but it's more with Ayuk, and Ayuk can do more with the ball when you give it to him. And then I was expecting at least, like I said, a touchdown out of Ayuk, a touchdown or two out of George Kittle. That didn't happen today, but I think that he has someone in his ear calling plays, and he has to listen to it. If he could probably ignore what they're telling him and just stick to what works, they probably would have won the game.
And this is what I tell you, Steve. I think some people are thinking of this is like y'all are settled on like Purdy being the guy, like our franchise quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
And when you look at the stats and things of that nature, they're saying, okay, well, y'all telling us he's elite. Y'all want us to say that he's a top 10 quarterback, right? That's what they're telling. They're like, hey, him being a manager of the game is one thing, but when you telling me he's a top 10 quarterback, I need him to do like what he did, like when he ran out the pocket a little bit and got that first down. Yeah. He needs to do that a little bit more. When you know what I'm saying?
A little bit more.
At the end of the game, when things not looking right in the middle of the field, okay, do what the other quarterbacks do. Steve Young said this on multiple occasions on KNBR and on the other channel, 95 The Game. He says these quarterbacks in this modern time need to know how to use their legs. It's yards out there for them to get if they do use their legs because of how the game is played today. And I thought if Purdy just can run out to the edges a couple times, get 6 to 7 yards, keep the clock, stopping the clock, getting positive yardage, especially since we're not running the ball very well, that helps loosen up the defense. That helps the defensive coordinator have to go in there and say, okay, he's been an option to run the ball, not just go back in the backfield and just scramble back there. But now he's using his athleticism to make some plays. And so I think that's the next progression. But I think also Kyle Shanahan doesn't want that to happen, though.
That's interesting.
Worowski says Cowboys fans sound like they can't move on from that ass whooping 42-10. Just a little reminder.
Yeah, man. Cowboy fans. That was the Cowboy Super Bowl. Oh my God, we're gonna beat the Super Bowl. No. Yeah, Skip Bayless. And he threw his jersey. He threw his Dak jersey in the trash. What's up with Dak in the pause and the tush push jokes, bro? Like that was definitely a pause moment. He shouldn't have even opened his mouth. That goes to show you the type of quarterback the Dallas fans have.
For sure.
I'll say this. I think Brock Purdy, he didn't really have an offseason workout. Okay. He came off the surgery for his elbow. He pretty much came right back and just started playing. He was throwing all types of picks in practice. And I think it's because the defense is good. The defense is a good defense. But he's just really coming into his own. Adversity either builds you up or breaks you down. I personally don't think the adversity he's going through right now is going to break him. I think it's going to make him better. Again, Tom Brady, remember Peyton Manning, his first season? Peyton Manning wasn't that great his first year. I'm not comparing him to Peyton Manning.
Peyton Manning was terrible his first year, threw over 20 picks.
Horrible.
But
horrible.
I think what happened to Brock is that when we shifted from the Trey Lance situation, that's when people was like, okay, he doesn't get the moments and the opportunity to make hiccups. Because y'all said that Trey couldn't make the hiccups because he'll be pulled and another quarterback would come in for him because the time that we have with this team is right now. You see what I'm saying? We can't have the ability to make mistakes or have to go through growing pains. That's why we're moving all away from you because we got a guy who's ready now. And so as much as I again, me and Jesse Naylor talked about this, I would want him to have the ability to, mature into the position. But now we're going to be hypocritical because this is what everybody was propping them up. And unfortunately, you prop them up so high that when these type of games happen, people are going to slam them down. You see what I'm saying? Because you gave us this perception of we moving you out the way. He's the real deal. This, you know what I'm saying? When these type of comments came out, he's elevated now to the level of, okay, he's a top 5 or top 10 quarterback. So now you got the pressure of that same quarterback.
I mean, I mean, the whole Trey Lance thing and Trey Lance saga and Purdy saga, there was a huge rift between the 49er fan base. I was really
I'm still a Trey Lance fan, man. I wish he would.
I was still pushing to see what we had in Lance. But I don't make the decisions. I'm not gonna cry over spilled milk at the same time. And if Kyle's saying he has his guy and he's the real deal, I was very skeptical, but I really liked what I saw in those first few games. And even the Cowboys game was pretty awesome. And he faced some adversity in the Cleveland game. In this game, the defense couldn't get off the field, so he kind of had to, rush everything. And we only put him the ball once, but it just. And on top of that, he didn't have his full arsenal. And I don't want to put too much blame on that. He didn't have Trent Williams, but it sucked because I just felt like each and every time we were just waiting. Like I was waiting, like when's Purdy going to get back on the field? When's he going to get back on the field? And it just felt like it was rushed and it wasn't the same feel of the 49er offense where it's working like a well-oiled machine, so to speak. So I mean, I like Purdy. I still think he's a pretty good quarterback. I never ever said he was elite. Who knows? Maybe one day he could be. And they were saying on the broadcast today, he even told one of the announcers that he's not at full arm strength yet. So hopefully that means there's some room for improvement. We'll see.
Hey, cause we saw that. Yeah. Look, I ain't gonna lie, I did make a joke about that when he threw the ball to Brandon Ayuk. That was the last pass, the pass attempt that Brandon Ayuk got when he threw the ball in the dirt, and it was like a fingertip catch. And I was like, man, if you had
man, I thought Ayuk had that one.
Hey,
me too. I did.
Hey,
I was like, oh wow, that was a really nice catch.
Hey, Brock needed to go see Alice or somebody, man. He need to get that thing up. You know what I'm saying? That thing dropped down. I said, hold on, Brock, baby, you need to go pop one of them blue pills and blue chews, boy. Get that thing up.
Little Wayne told Skip that the Niners would beat the Cowboys. That's funny. Okay.
Man, I think I was just going to say this last thing. I think that Brock Purdy makes the necessary adjustments to be the player that he is. I'm sorry, I'm not betting on Sam Darnold. I don't think anyone else here is, right? Brock Purdy can be the quarterback the 49ers need. He could be the quarterback that they were looking for in Trey Lance. He doesn't have the arm of Trey Lance, the athleticism of Trey Lance. At the same time, he does enough, plus more at times, to help the 49ers win. I feel like today was coaching. If Kyle Shanahan said kind of what Bill Walsh to do to Joe Montana, where he would just say, hey, go Joe, go do what you do best, Joe. We're losing. Bring us back. If you do something like that to Brock Purdy can react to that in the proper way. He has the support of his teammates around him and those things. But I felt like, again, towards the end, they're marching downfield. He looked flustered. He didn't even look confident anymore. I've never seen Brock Purdy not look confident. Even last week, he did enough to get the Niners in the position to win the game against the Browns. He looked confident, even though he had a bad game. This time, he just didn't look like he was in it. He was kind of like, throws that lazy pass to, I think it was Ray McLeod. I think he was trying to go to,
I'm sick of seeing Ray out there. I'm sorry, man. I just want to say that.
You don't like Ray?
I don't know, man. I want to see Ronnie Bell. I want to see Ronnie Bell get some opportunities. I saw Ronnie Bell sitting his ass on the bench. I want to see his ass out there, man.
You're a rookie, though, B. You already know. You that rookie out there. You.
I know Shanahan doesn't play.
Yeah, he's not gonna play you. I heard Ronnie Bell backs up Ayuk, and then Raymond McLeod backs up Debo.
Yeah,
so
pretty much.
And
it could be the other way around.
Before you go up out of here, I'll be real quick. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. When Brock threw that hospital ball to George Kittle, I ain't gonna lie, I had a flashback.
I had a Jimmy flashback there. That was the first time, honestly, in my opinion, that I saw a hospital ball from Brock, and that did scare me.
Yeah.
But that's it though, man. But
I got you. Hey, shout out to everybody in the chat. Worowski said this. He said, Cowboys are so trash. LeBron went back to being a Browns fan. So
LeBron jumps all over the place.
Hey, we appreciate both people in both chats on both channels, by the way. We're to dual stream on Twin Empires channel as well as my channel, 49er Minded. So please like and subscribe on both channels. Appreciate all the people who are active in both chats.
For sure.
You know, it's late. It's late on the West Coast. It's even more late on the East Coast. So appreciate all you do. It's even you Cowboys fans out there, probably Niner fans on here as well, the regulars and some new people that showed up. Shout out to Brit. Brit says the 2-game slump, we're stacking points week 1 and week 5. The league adjusts quickly and broadcaster adjusts as well. I totally agree with that. Cleveland's defense was a stout number 1 tonight. It was high blitz scenarios playing from behind. Exactly. And Ronnie Bell needs more snaps. Let's see what this Choctaw, what a weird name, Choctaw, Montana. Says, ha, weak step, y'all. Rose game up.
I'm going to get you, Choctaw.
I don't know why I bothered reading it. But make sure to follow Steve on his Instagram. The description's in the his Instagram link is in the description box of this video. Twin Empires channel is in the description box of this video. If you guys have anything you want to say in general before we get going, let them know.
Well, I want to say this real quick. The Browns may have won that game last week, but their defense is overrated. I'm gonna say that. Then I'm gonna also say Minnesota is not that good. So the Niners are still the team to beat in the NFL, and I think the Niners are still gonna go to Super Bowl.
Hope so.
I agree with we going to Super Bowl. Oh man, it sucks if I say that them teams ain't that good because then they'll say, well, what happens to us? The Browns just got 38 points scored on them yesterday. So anyway,
exactly.
I saw that.
Exactly.
But man, listen here, man. First and foremost, it was a quick little stream, man. I asked my mans to hop on. Appreciate you, man. First and foremost for the opportunity to hop on. It was good to meet you, Steve, man. You know what I'm saying? Big ups to everybody in the chat, man. Thank you guys for the positive and negative comments. But first and foremost, we welcome you guys to come in and holler at us, you know what I'm saying, after this game. So thank you all, man. Make sure y'all get a salute, but then also make sure y'all go hit that like button on my boy channel, man. Also then, you know, run on over to my channel. Make sure you hit that like, subscribe button too as well, man. We appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? And so big ups to each and every last one of you, man. We'll be back. You know what I'm saying? We will fry up some Bengals this Sunday. And yeah, man, y'all be safe out there. It's Twin Tuesday coming up, baby.
There you go. So appreciate everybody in the chat again. John V, shout out to him for the Locker Room Rant. Check out his YouTube channel, The Locker Room Rant. He's been on here plenty of times. It's a great show, gentlemen. Yeah, it was a losing effort. 17-22 49ers go down to the Minnesota Vikings. Cousins played one of his better games of his career, and we had to fall and lose to him, unfortunately. So it was a tough loss. You know, what can we do? We can't win every game, but we went on a 2-game win streak. From here on out, let's put up or shut up. We got the Bengals next week in Levi's at Levi's Stadium, and then we have a bye week coming up. So let's see what we can do. Norm's here's a little Johnny Cunt lately, but he says plenty of time to bounce back. We're 5-2. Let's go. Britt says, "One love, y'all. Let's go Niners next week. We home, gonna get the W. We need to." So appreciate everybody on here. No, it was a tough loss. Oh yeah, Warriors start off tomorrow. That's right. If you want to plug the Warriors, Dub Nation. Shout out to my fellow Dub Nation. Buddy right here, Twin Empire. We did some Warriors shows in the past. Actually, but the first time I met you was a celebration for the Warriors' last championship. So, God willing, we can do that again. Who knows? We definitely took our shots that night. We're not taking any shots tonight. That's for sure. Not doing the shots tonight. And yeah. So again, G Rod says it's a long season. We can't be a 2-4 Vikings team and playing better teams. Losing with we've been sloppy lately. We shouldn't be sloppy. One more thing from 49er Dude says, I'm 10 more games. I'm not going to worry about the 2 L's. We'll be all right. Again, thank you guys for watching 49er Minded, where we get into the minds of 49er fans. You know, it was a sad losing effort. Like I said, 17-22. Time to bounce back at Levi's against the Bengals and forget about this losing streak. We got to start a new winning streak.
For sure.
Again, thank you for watching 49er Minded, where we get into the minds of 49er fans. Keep repping those 49ers and stay 49er Minded. Peace. Let's go. Let's beat the Bengals. Come on, let's go. Get that win streak going. Bang, bang, Niner gang.
Don't watch the TV tomorrow.
Come on, 49ers fans. Let's get it.
Because it's 49er Mind.
We gotta do this one time for the Empire.
It's 49 in mine. It's 49 in mine.
We gotta get that brick by brick done quick.
49 in mine.
Yeah, area. Yo, we can't listen to them haters, man.
49 in mine.
We from the Bay.
49 in mine.
We them San Francisco 49ers.
49 in mine.
We got that red and gold blood inside us.
49 in mine.